So, remember how I said just moments ago that I had never experienced as good a vape from a silica device um, as I did with the K-Fun 3.1. You remember I just said that, right? Well, that's because I set the K-Fun up and started using it before I set this up and started using it. So, in a matter of only 3 hours, I went from finding my favorite. I went through two new favorite silica devices. The K-Fun was the best that I had ever tried until shortly thereafter I set up the Prometey or Prometey or Prometey, or I don't know how I'm supposed to pronounce it, and started vaping on this thing. So bear with me one sec. I'm just adjusting the post here so that my battery doesn't rattle. Those of you who watch my show know how much that drives me crazy. So one moment. So this is the Prometey from Bashik, Alexander, Art of the Exhale. This device, so I didn't really, to be honest with you, I didn't really know what to expect when I got this device. I mean, I knew what it was. Functionally, oh, thanks, Ghost. Yeah, that helps. Functionally, it's um, got similarities to a spheroid, if you've ever used a spheroid. It comes in three different variants now. When I got it, it was only the one variant. It used to be called the Stammer or the Stamer. Um, and then he made some changes to it, and now it's got a new name. It comes in this version, which used to be the only version. This is the dimpled version, which is designed to match up with the Provari, but this used to be the only version. You can also get it in the battery mod version, which does not have the dimples. And there's also a droplet only version, which has a raised airflow post and does not have and cannot hold filler. So that's actually a drip tank. It's all titanium. It's 21 millimeter diameter. At the base, I think it's 18. I don't remember. It is 52 millimeters high without a drip tip and without the 510 connection. So this, what you see minus the drip tip here, is 52 millimeters high. In tank mode, where you're using the filler, it actually holds 3.5 milliliters of juice. In drip mode, it holds 1 milliliter of juice. The drip only version, I believe, holds more because it has that higher raised post, which is actually quite a bit of juice for a drip tank. Weighs 33 grams. The liquid absorbing material, you can use synthetic filler, you can use the eco wool, whatever. You can actually use mesh if you want to, which I'm going to try next and see if it gives even a cleaner flavor. Yeah, I mean, it's really, really easy to set up. I'll get into that in a little bit. Let's see, what else? Yeah, and if you use it in the drip mode, like I said, depending on what version you have, it can be 1 to 2 milliliters of juice that'll sit down in the bottom of the tank. And then you just, screw it back on and vape. So, like I said, I wasn't too super excited about the device when I first got it. I was excited because it's made by Art of the Exhale, and I've liked everything that they've made up until this point. But I figured it would vape like a spheroid, which is a good device. I like the spheroid. I just, it wasn't my favorite. I generally am more of a Genesis user than a Silica guy, but I have to say, this device has absolutely surprised me, uh, blown my mind. Um, it's very reasonably priced for a high-end device. You can get this for $120. They're going to be available for sale again on May 1st, over on Vaporwall. Here, I'll pop a link in here. He has actually a number of products that are going on sale on May 1st. So if you're interested, take a look. Let me pop the link in here real quick. Hold on a sec. Um, so link going into chat. Yeah, I agree, Jerry. I'll get into that though. So that is the Vaporwall forum for Art of the Exhale. They also have a website. It's artofexhale.com if you want to check out their website. But ordering, you're going to want to do through Vaporwall. So when I first opened this guy up, I was like, okay, I got to put the filler batting in there. Oh, well, that really wasn't as much of a pain as it was on the spheroid because there's more room to work with. And then setting up the coil, super, super easy. I'll open it up in a moment and you can take a look at this. But um, first, I'll talk about what comes with it. So it's already set up when you get it. I did pull the coil out that was in there. It was a little high resistance for my taste. I did leave the filler in there that was already set up in there, but you get extra filler with it. This is the filler material that you get. You also get some Kanthal wire, comes with it. It comes with extra O-rings and screws. It comes with its own little drip tip, and it's just a black Delrin drip tip, and then it also comes with some silica to help you get rolling just in the beginning. So this device I think looks really cool. Take a look at the engravings on there. It says Prometey on there. There you go, you can see it. And it's got that little engraving of the flame. So I'm assuming, I didn't look this up, but I'm assuming that Prometey means Prometheus, who I believe was the god of fire, and that's where the fire is there, the Greek god of fire. So I'm assuming that that's translation of Prometheus. I don't know that for certain, but I think that's a reasonable, educated guess. And it has the airflow is interesting on this, and with the dimples on it. It's actually kind of hidden in one of the dimples. You can see it there. Hold on, let me get this to focus. See that little hole in the dimple there? That's actually where the airflow comes in. And I have to take a vape on it. Hold on. And it hits awesome. It's really, really warm. Now I have it set up. I have this one set up with a 0.75 ohm coil, or 0.73. I don't remember what the little ohm reader came out to, but right around there. It's really, really warm and really, really flavorful. And I do not taste silica. It's a really clean, excuse me, it's a really clean flavor. I wanted to show you what the inside of this looks like real quick. So this is how I set it up personally. I did a 4 wrap on the wick. So you can see there's 3 loops and then the 2 ends. So it's actually folded over 4 times there. And you can see that post in the center there. Hopefully it'll focus. There you go. That's right underneath the coil. That's actually where the airflow comes in. So if you have it set up in that drip tank mode, the juice can come up all the way basically to the base, almost to the base of that raised air hole, so you know, it can hold a decent amount of juice without you having to worry about it kind of leaking out of the air hole there. And then the drip version, the one that's just designed for dripping, that's actually raised up even higher. So the way that this is set up for me is I have it with the wicks pointed up. So the wicks actually are in contact with the filler material that you see inside here. So that's that batting material that I showed you just a moment ago that I held up. I actually need to refill this. It's starting to get a little dry. That's why it's starting to turn a little white at the top there. I haven't refilled this since yesterday. So it holds a really good amount of juice, though. It's really easy to refill. I mean, you just, you know, you don't need to use a syringe or anything. You just take a dropper and squeeze the juice in, kind of turn it as you go. Like you know, it's almost like filling a cardo, but it's so much bigger and it holds so much more juice. It's much, much easier. I hate even saying that it's like filling a cardo, but it's that easy. So the way that it wicks, though, is these, you know, you have these pointed up, and these will be in contact with that filler material, and then the juice just drips right down the wicks to the coil. The other way that you can set it up is without the filler. You can, yes, actually, Diz, I actually use bamboo cotton sometimes. Same thing, boil it first. But I just set this one up with silica for no particular reason. But anyway, so the other way that you can do this is if you set those wicks up so that they point down. That would be if you wanted to use it in dripper mode, and you can use it without the filler in there. So this is a 3mm wick that I've got on here, I believe. So let me tuck this back in here. One moment, please. So, and it's pretty easy. I mean, you just tuck those wicks back in so they're pointed up. Screw it back on. You'll probably get a little bit of juice on your finger, but not too bad. And then it's ready to go. Oh my God, so good. The vapor production on it is impressive, and the flavor is phenomenal. And it's so much easier to set up than I expected it to be too. Getting that batting in there really is not difficult at all. It's you know, it's really simple to get the top cap off. You just wrap the little piece around and then squeeze, and then pop it in there and screw the top back on. So I'm not going to pull the top off, but basically inside there is a tube that runs down the center that fans out a little bit at the bottom to kind of hold the filler material in place, similar to the way it is on the inside of the spheroids. You have the tube with a little cone at the bottom of it that holds that filler material. And yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. It vapes fantastic. The flavor's fantastic. The vapor production's fantastic. It's much warmer than the vape that you get off of a Genesis style, especially if you set it up similar to a Genesis, where you set it, you know, if you're a low ohm vapor, for example, if you set up like a 0.8 ohm coil on this and compare that to a 0.8 ohm coil on a Genesis style device, you're going to notice the vapor that you get from this is much, much warmer, which I really enjoy. And the vapor production really surprised me. Now, like I said with the K-Fun, a lot of that's going to have to do with how you align the wick hole or the air hole, and how you align the wick over the air hole. If you have the coil seated right above the air hole, lined up with it perfectly, you're going to get more vapor production. If you move it to the side or lift it up a little bit, you're going to get more throat hit. But it produces a lot of vapor. I mean, that's really thick vapor. I'm not blowing it directly at the camera just because I don't want to, you know, fog up the camera and screw up the video. But yeah, no leaks. No, no leaks. This is what I took with me to Vape Bash. One of the reasons I was planning on reviewing it this week anyway, so it's kind of worked out well. But this was what I carried with me on the plane. It's not vacuum sealed. It's not pressure regulated. It just holds the juice and doesn't leak. Now, here's another cool thing about it. If you overfill it, and this is one of the issues that I had with the spheroid, because I don't have a lot of experience with filler, and I was never a Cardo guy, so I didn't, it takes a little while to get used to, how much to fill it, whether you're overfilling, etc. If you do overfill it and a little bit of the juice actually drips down, it doesn't matter, because that air hole is raised so much that you can have a bunch of juice drip down in the bottom and it's still not going to leak. And then you turn it back upside down and all it's going to do is go back into the filler. So it does not leak. I've not had one drop of juice come out of this device ever, at all, anywhere, out of the air hole, out of the mouthpiece, nothing. So, yes. Yeah, Jerry saw me with this thing at Vape Bash. I was using this I was switching back and forth between this and the K-Fun, but I was leaning toward this because I do like the vape from it better. I'm going to take another drag. Hold on. So yeah, I mean, awesome. Awesome device. Like I said, for a high-end device, it's very reasonably priced. When you see Addies that are going for over $200 a pop now, it's $120. They're going on sale, or they'll be in stock again on May 1st. I highly recommend that you pick one of these up, even if you're a Genesis guy. It's just to have something for travel. That you can take on a plane with you, that you don't have to worry about laying down on its side, that you don't have to worry about turning upside down. This has become and probably will continue to be my go-to travel vape. It's awesome. Well done again, Bashik. I'm not really surprised at this point. So, everything I've had that he's made is phenomenal. Big thumbs up from me. Art of the Exhale, well done. Get yourself a Prometey. Even Genesis users, you won't regret it, I promise. So, yeah, you can sign up now, actually. If you go there, you can actually sign up for one now. It just won't be available until after May 1st, and he's not going to ship them until after May 1st and request payment until after May 1st. So if you want to sign up on the list now, you're welcome to do it. In fact, I'll pop that link up again, in case any of you guys are actually interested in going and throwing your name on the list right now. Make sure you read through and pick which variant you want. Variant 1 is the dimpled one that you see here, that's designed to match up with the Provari. Version 2 is the battery mod version, and then version 3 is shorter and doesn't have the filler. It's drip mode only. So hold on, pull up the link again. There you go. Yeah, like Jerry said in chat, it's really, I agree with that. I think it's a no-brainer to have one of these things. So, there you go.